Good day, lords and ladies. Welcome back to Skald against the Black Priory. In the last episode, we fought our way, into Horen Castle, fought our way through the main dining hall, couldn't get the prisoners out of the dungeon. Unfortunately, they're a bit stuck. So we have been forced to sort of hold up for a little bit and get ourselves into a better position. Yeah, they know we're here. So let's charge. Time to It's going to be a nasty, brutal fight. Let's go. Okay, being flanked by him is bad. Rapid fire. Ooh, spellcaster. Yeah, you need to die super quick. So let's get you out of the way. And then do Silent Gem Insect. There you go. We are going to do critical strike. I wish I had something that was better, but magic missile will have to do. How's he looking? Yeah, he's got some. Take him out of mission. We'll do pierce armor. Okay, wizard. That's enough out of you. Injured leg, that's not good. Okay. Don't want to get flanked. These guys are tough. tough. Okay. Okay. Leveled up, which is good, because we needed that. Right. That should be good enough. Okay. C's up to level. Shield Rush would be good. Faith Experts. Yeah, increased attunement. Increased law. Okay. Cure moderate poison, serpent's grace, cure moderate disease, moderate lay on hands. Okay. Let's get that one and cure moderate disease. Okay. You. I do not know. Probably we just keep going down the light armor route with you. Okay. Let's see if with our increased lock picking we can actually get the gates open. I find it annoying because like now she has thievery up to the level we need to do. Because like her characteristics, her attribute like thievery of level 7. Like she would be able to get these gates open. It's like, why can't we give it another go? Okay. Annoying, but how it is. It's probably one of those things that like it's meant for a replay. You know you have to have that level up to here by the time you come here. Lapis Ring of Defense. Okay. Okay, we're running low on potions of attunement, unfortunately. Instead of turrets, touch of confusion. Can anyone use these? Okay. No, okay. There's a lot of cultists. This gate must be the main entrance. Okay. Ahead, three figures clad in tattered robes sit bound and kneeling. One is sobbing loudly, and the second sits trembling in a puddle of his own piss. The third, however, a face covered in blood, seems more composed and familiar. Continue. Slowly from the shadows, something emerges. Twice the size of a man, yet oddly graceful. The being is utterly alien in every fashion. You have no doubt at last you find yourself in the presence of Father. The Father Beast stalks over to the first captive, all the while breathing heavily and wheezing, as if not accustomed to breathing air. Slowly, its four-fingered hand reaches out towards the man's head, grasping it as easily as a grown man would grasp an apple. It pulls the poor wretch closer for a moment. Its horrible yellow eyes seem to peer into the man's mind. The creature emits a strange trill sound and then, with terrifying ease, crushes the man's skull like an egg. The creature cries, moves down the line, and the process repeats. Once again, its gaze deeply into the eyes of the terrified prisoner, almost as if it's looking for something. Cry out. But once again, the wretch is found wanting. Fragments of brain and skull spray across the hall. Your attempt to cry out sticks in your throat. Father stalks down the line to the final victim. The beast lets out a strange trill sound that fixes his gaze on the third person. For the first time, you notice that, unlike the others, she is not bound at the wrists. With steady hand, she pulls back her hood, and even as with all the years past, you immediately recognize her. Embla. As if sensing your presence, she turns her head slightly towards you. Even in the dim light, you get the feeling that she's smiling. Then the creature looms over her. No. The creature's eyes go wide as it reaches towards her. If it was searching for something, it must have found it. Roaring in triumph, it lunges at the moment of impact. The room instead explodes with white light. Heavy metallic smell of ozone mixes with stench of burning flesh as the creature staggers backwards, clutching its eyes in pain. Embla collapses on the floor as the surrounding cultists howl in shocking terror. Most flee in wild panic whilst a handful instead scramble for weapons to stand in defense of their wounded master. The creature may have been temporarily blinded but flails madly in insane rage. It's mad with rage and none of it's no less formidable. Okay. So what are we looking at? A couple of basic cultists. Savage beast, hostile, a lot of HP, vulnerable to fire. Okay. Well, we need to basically wipe out the surrounding cultists as quickly as possible. They haven't got a ton of HP, so we should be able to smack them down pretty quick. Something like this. No, that's not what I want. I want... Let's go shake the earth. Okay, you're gonna then do rapid shot. And you're gonna go up here and do something really dumb. Okay. Don't want to do that one. Just summon giant insects. Okay. Ouch. Summon insect for the flanking. And then we'll do... What does Blink do again? Okay, not as useful as hope. Okay. Stone skin. Okay. You need to basically... You can't do anything, that's fine. God, this thing's going to be nasty. Okay. Okay, my boy's gone down. Backstab for the win. Dude, you look like your face has just been kicked from one side of the room to the other. Okay. Gives you a little bit of breathing room, not a lot. Okay. How are we looking arrow-wise on you? I need to switch over to those ones because those are the nice arrows for arm piercing. Your head reels and your body aches. For the first time in a long while, you allow yourself to acknowledge how truly exhausted you are. Nonetheless, a cloud appears to have lifted ever so slightly with the death of the fell creature, as if the feeling of wrongness that pervades the island is diminished, though certainly not gone. Painfully you get to your feet, but there in front of you lies the scion you were sent to find, Embla of House Brain. Like, man, you're beaten badly. That thing just went to town and you go to her. Embla sits up slowly, sees pale and sickly looking. The raw expenditure of reticular energy took its toll. The field of arcane energy that surrounds the planet of water. The reticulum is the source of all power for the Imperial Magi. I knew it was going to be you. It's always you. I am glad every time. What do you mean every time? You have been here before 1,000 times, and we will be here again and again until the universe itself ends. Slowly and steadily, Embla gets to her feet. For the first time, she looks you in the eyes. A tired smile comes across her face. Kane, it's really good to see you. Your father dispatched me, he said. You're here because you have to be, as am I. We always have and always will. Here on the ship, under the Priory. She looks at you intently, almost pleadingly, as if willing you to recall a memory so old it's all but faded. I don't understand, you stammer. Suddenly a look of confusion falls on her face. I'm sorry. I forgot where we were. When we were. Kane, there is something so wrong here. Much worse than you realise. That thing, the father, the people and animals changing, even time is wrong. I do not fully understand it, but something is causing it. Drawing it here, drawing us here. This isn't making sense, you stammer, between pained breaths. Embla draws a deep breath and closes her eyes. For a moment she is quiet. Forgive me. I know. I'm only beginning to understand it myself. For now, I'll tell you what you... Suddenly the heavy thump of armoured feet echoes throughout the keep as beleaguered remnants of Heren's city guard make their way to the main hall. Ineptly brandishing a sword, Marcus is bringing up the rear. The former Chamberlain, now de facto leader of Heren, looks even more thin and drawn than when he first met him, but nonetheless there is a small glimpse of triumph in his eyes. Marcus. Kane, you did it well. You've done it. He cut short as his gaze falls upon the grotesque corpse of the father. By Galion the Great, protect us. How can such a thing exist? Where did it... He tires and falls to fight back the nausea. While Marcus retches in disgust, Embla meets your eyes. It is clear she has much to say, but now is not the time or place. Wordlessly, you agree that both questions and answers will have to wait for now. Marcus, are you okay? Marcus slumps heavily down on a chair as he catches his breath. He tries hard to avoid looking at the corpses sprawled on the floor. Once more, we owe you our fortunes. To you, Kane. Sadly, the situation is dire. So many were taken by the Reavers, there are hardly any left. We found but a few dozen survivors in the dungeons where there should be hundreds. Where have they all gone? Embla? Embla answers, I'm afraid I have the answer to that. There was a method to the Reavers' madness. Those they took were taken for a reason. The ones father approved were gathered together and placed on ships. Marcus' face goes white. Why? For what possible purpose? I can't tell you for what purpose, but I think I know where they went at least, north to the island of Gadral. No doubt this is much more to Embla's story than she's willing to share with Marcus. Marcus stammers as he searches for words. He gets up, calls for one of the guards, then changes his mind, turns around, sharply produces a piece of paper and quill, but only fails to think of anything useful to do with it. Ultimately he turns back to you and Embla with a mask of utter dejection on his face. Gradla. Embla looks at the corpse of the father for a moment, then back at Marcus. There is much I do not know yet. I will say this much. Chaos engulfs the outer isles and forces that drive it is rising. For whatever reason, Gradla lies at the centre of this conjunction. Go on. The Empire will not come for us, and though we cannot escape the outer isles, I believe a fast and skilled captain can make it to the source of Gradla. If we can force a landing, we may have a chance at stopping the conjunction before the outer isles are lost forever. Yes, rescuing the lost souls of Heren and at some time dealing with this conjuncture. Embla says nothing. But if no help is coming from the mainland, we have no one to turn to but you, Kane. Truly, I do not ask this of you. I have neither men nor much equipment to offer. There's no doubt you're speaking the truth, Embla. Let's do it. No, you speak the truth, Embla. Let's do it. I came here to bring you back to the mainland, Embla, nothing more. You're insane. I mean, Kane is a mercenary, but Embla was his friend, his childhood friend. He seems to know stuff. Like, this is the thing, that Kane is hurt and in pain. But he's not, like, he was sent here to rescue Embla. But Embla is basically saying that we can't get off the island. She's basically saying we can't get off the island, and if we can't stop what's going to happen, we're all going to die. So, let's go with this one. Embla stands warmly. Then it is settled. We make for Gradla and whatever fate awaits us there. As for the ship and captain, the vessel here in Haren are ruined, and surely there is no captain alive that will brave the sea at this time. I have an idea. Refer to the smuggler hiding in the sea caves northwest. You explain how you found the crew of the Weapon Maiden hiding in the sea caves northwest of the town as Marcus listened intently. As much as I detest smugglers, it can't be denied that they are some of the finest sailors to grace these oceans. They could indeed begin my search there. Then that is what I will do. There could be no more than 6 in active party. This character is sent to camp. Marcus smiles at you with optimism that's utterly malplaced given the gravity of the situation. Then it's decided aid is not long for the people of Haren. Before you go, be sure to visit the armory in the western part of the keep. There are many materials aid we can offer us. You shall have it. May the golden dead keep their head over you. Okay. Kane's healed up, which is fantastic. That's possible. Precision strike is not bad, but I don't need... Increased vitality is probably something that's useful at this stage of the game. Okay, pick 2 new air spells. Okay. Marking blur, binding bolt. Spell magic. Spell magic is probably one we want to get. Lightning strike. Okay, sounds like good ones to have. Like, you're maxed out on everything, to be honest, mate. I mean, you're using two-handed, like, heavy weapon damage. Start down that road, I suppose. Okay, I want to see if the prisoners have been released. Yeah, so they all got let out. Lord, okay. Like, I am low on provisions. And so once the Ember sets off at a brisk pace, we should venture to be as well prepared as possible before leaving Idra. Any supplies we need, now is the time to get them. Bizarre thought crosses your mind. It's like seeing an actor playing out a scene she's performed 100 times before. Embla, stop. Embla turns around and blinks. For a moment, it's almost as if she's seeing you for the first time. Oh, I'm sorry. My mind is a bit scattered these days. Your resourcefulness in finding me never ceases to amaze me. Then again, it's always been that way. She offers a tired smile. Daydreaming. Daydreamer. Star child. You remember, then again, this is like those times back at my father's villa. You chased me through the maze, face darkens. At least then, we always knew what lay at the centre. What do you mean? I have so many questions. Lord Cato summoned me, told me you were missing. And you ventured forth. Why? Lord Kit offered me a soft... No, it's not why he did it. You know as well as I, my family has a debt of honour to yours. That's not that either, because basically we got kicked out. So it's probably this one, yeah. You know, I've known you since we were small children. How could I not come? I appreciate that, old friend. Nonetheless, I would say we are always going to end up standing here. We have before and we will again. But there you go again. What does that even mean? I need some answers. And you will have much to talk about, though I may have fewer answers than you would have preferred. Worse yet, I fear that what answers I do have, you will wish you had never gotten. Ember looks around, her voice drops. Sadly, we are much less safe here in Heren than Marcus would like us to believe. I'll answer what I can now, but most things should wait until we are far away from here. Are you still afraid of the Reavers? Them least of all, but there are other forces far older and more powerful than Reavers, with their eyes fixed on the Outer Isles. Let's just be careful. I see. So ask, what will be mind? Ask what you will, but mind your surroundings. What is going on here, Embla? Reality itself is becoming undone around us. We cannot escape it, so instead we must seek the eye of the storm. Radler, there is something there that beckons. Embla interrupts herself and looks around suspiciously. And that father thing? As mankind has ever ruled the land, there are far older, more sinister things that rule the depths of the ocean. Ancient things that utter alien minds. The deep ones are drawn here, like flies to carrion, and now they too have their terrible eyes fixed on Gradler. Is that why the Reavers were sending people to Gradler? Reavers served the gods that their ancestors worshipped here in the Outer Islands, a faith that lay dormant for millennia. As the conjunction approaches, they were reminded of old allegiances and old terrible ways. Conjunction? What does that even mean? Heresy. A very powerful man would... heresy. There are powerful men who would burn us alive at the very mention of it. They have known about it for a long time, the courts of the Magi. It is the nightmare they want to close their eyes and pretend doesn't exist. How so? Not here. We've already lingered far too long and I have said too much. We better move on now and talk more once we leave Idra behind. Fine, let's go. Embla smiles. I promise there will be time for more questions once we are safe. For now, I'm truly happy it's you by my side here at the edge of madness. Now let's finish gathering supplies and make our way to Igo. Time, unfortunately, is working against us. Hunting arrows. Okay, so they've overrun the... Look lively, boys, to save Heren graces our halls. A tall woman dressed in plate mail with great sword on her back offers a short bow. You're unsure if she's been sarcastic or not. And so you out there fighting, you say? I am ashamed to say me and a handful of my lads ended up captured by Reavers, as the kids started killing us off one by one, real slow, while the rest of us were forced to watch, or even eyes grow glassy as he shakes ahead. Defiantly, then the madman suddenly started fighting like bloody animals, but at least we managed to flee. To where? We hid under the docks like bloody rats. For days we hunkered down, ate limpets and drank salt water, had no weapons and my men were all exhausted or hurt, so we stayed there, she sighs. I suppose surviving doesn't make you a hero, but here we are and I intend to make the most out of it. And you are, Grad? My name is Vivian Laroto. I am the newly minted captain of the city guard. It would appear the city stock of officers is running low indeed. You don't sound too sure of yourself. Ha! Put me on the street to wrestle with thugs and drunkards any day, but this, being captain, is a bit of a change of pace for me. A lot more responsibility, as you could possibly guess. Especially now that the city is in ruins and people stream back in to pick up the pieces of their lives. I can imagine. That reminds me, with more people streaming in, you'll find the streets a bit more busy. Even more businesses open as well now. I recommend you spend some time looking around before you can join your travels. At least I'll be sure to get a hot meal and a warm bed. I'll do that. I have some questions first. How did you survive the raiders? Okay then. Okay. We've already read that. How are things going in Huron? Well, as I said, people are streaming back in town. A lot more people than were at the refugee camp, in fact. Isn't that a good thing? Yes, it is. A lot of people did what I did and hid until the terror passed. But not this many. What do you mean? Let me ask you this. Once a Reaver washes off the paint and blood and shit and puts regular clothes back on, she's still a Reaver? Are you saying Reavers are hiding amongst the regular people? That's the thing, isn't it? The Reavers were regular people, friends and neighbours, family even. Most of them lie dead now or fled to Ren, but not all. I think some of them just took off their rags and just went right back to being ordinary people. Food for thought. I have some more questions. Okay. So, we have to be careful of those guys. I can see why she's paranoid then. But did you say the Reavers were not the worst of our troubles? Some poor arrows, not great. But poor arrows are better than no arrows. Yeah, let's get the Robbersy arrows up for now. Okay. We've completed all the quests. Yeah, C got killed by the Reavers. Upon the Black Sea, I've rescued Embla, but we find that there is no way to return to the mainland whilst the Outer Isles are engulfed in this madness. Embla is convinced the calamity is somehow caused by the discovery of an ancient site known as the Black Priory on the island of Gradler. Gradler is located to the north of Idra, and we must find a ship and crew willing to take us there. Well, she hasn't told us about any of this. She's just talking about convergences and all other kinds of stuff. So I don't know where we're getting ideas of Black Priories from. I got my eyes on you. Well, yeah, well, good luck with that. You couldn't do much the first time around. What's this? Kind of fighting pit? Oh, is this like a back door or a shortcut? Must be. Okay, so he basically is just gonna have some minor stuff. Merc. Okay. You look strange. Okay. Chorus offers you a slight smile. Her cheeks have regained moderate colour. She seems getting some food and her belly seems to have done some good. Once we've decided fighting against themselves, they blocked the streets. Okay, so That's not going to give us anything. Okay, he sells clothing and items. A woman with haggard-looking face approaches you. You get the impression she would normally be quite beautiful, but starvation, disease, and constant fear have raised her. Please, they say you're looking for a way off the island. Is that so? Perhaps. Why, you say? I'm Julia. My sister, Ilya, lives in a small village called Rigol, on the north of here. I'm supposed to travel to her before this all broke out. She must be worried sick that I have not arrived yet. She wrings hands. Go on. I am in no condition to travel now, and should your travel take you to Furrow, would you please seek out Yulia? Tell her that I'm still alive and not to worry. I'm sure they have all kinds of trouble themselves up there, and I wouldn't want her to spend time worrying about me as well. I'll see if I can't find her. May the golden bless you. I'm sure my sister can spare a few coins once you tell her the good news. A few tears of joy leave streaks on her soot-coated face. Okay. You still stuff recipes for baked oysters, recipes for rations. Okay. I mean, there's some really nice helmets. I mean, I'm happy to take the oysters. I don't need the rations. Take that. Take that. Okay, dark bread, garlic, oysters, apple, dried beet nuts. Okay, makes sense. Okay. I see this, so this is the place we couldn't get into. A group of weather-beaten travellers clad in ragged robes occupy the innermost beds of the flop house. One of them smiles dejectedly at you. Hello there, sister. I am Thomas. I lead this little troop on our pilgrimage to the Outer Isles, that is, until all this madness started. Pilgrimage? Indeed. We came by boat from the mainland to see the 5 shrines of the Outer Isles. It is a lesser-known route, and it takes you far from any inn. That is perhaps why I feel it can be such a powerful experience. To complete the route requires true devotion. Not that it matters now, it seems my comrade and I are stuck in Horan. What do you intend to do now? You inquire. There isn't much to do. They say no ship is coming or going. In any case, the region seems to be far too dangerous for us to venture into the unknown now. It would seem we're stuck here for now. That's a shame. Thomas suddenly looks at you for a moment. You have the look of a mercenary about you. Perhaps you've been interested in taking on the pilgrimage. It would fortify both your mind and your body if you would help make the site safe for the rest of us when we finally able to travel again. Perhaps, you say. We have nothing to offer you in conversation, but I swear that fulfilling the pilgrimage would be worth it. That is, if you have the stamina to see it through. Verena grips your elbow swiftly. I really think we should listen to this man. What exactly does it entail? As I said, there are 5 shrines scattered throughout the Outer Isles. To complete the pilgrimage, you must visit each of them and spend no less than 8 hours at the site in deep meditation while reciting the Pilgrim's Prayer. Pilgrim's Prayer? We'll teach you the prayer before you go and note down the general direction of each of the shrines in your journal. You should consult it before setting out. And don't worry, you can complete the pilgrimage in any order. I'll do my best, you say. Thomas looks invigorated at the prospect of sending you off on the pilgrimage and smiles warmly at you whilst placing his hand on your shoulder. Sister, there's nothing more for me to say. If the will to complete the pilgrimage lives within you, it will be so. Now, be on your way and best of luck. Verena bows respectfully to the weathered, beaten man. Okay. serves an agility to shield its blessing in the archipelago. Off of Idra. We know what that one is. Okay. A matronly woman with red cheeks and impressive bad teeth gives you a suspicious look. You're either looking for a bed or bowl of stew, or you ain't got nothing to do here. Let's see what you have to offer. Okay, so it's money and stews. Okay. I mean, can we get... I suppose he expects us to sleep. You pet the dog. Fantastic. Okay. Man, I just want a place to sleep. We got upstairs yet? Nope. Okay. Okie dokie, let's quickly get to... I know where there is a bedroom we can sleep in. Okay. So we can take her. I think we should, because he's probably got something to do with the story. Okay. So we need to switch her over. If we're going to switch her over, we need to take some of her gear off. I think probably the magical stuff. Hey ho. Okay. But that's the next time, folks. I've been Cornish-knight. This has been Skald against the Black Priory. See you all again next time. Goodbye.